Welcome to the Nevis newscast for Tuesday, February 13th, 2024. I am Fredicia Liebert. A team of stakeholders in Nevis's geothermal development project met with Premier the Honourable Mark Brantley on Tuesday, February 13th. The Honourable Conris Maynard, Federal Minister of Public Infrastructure, Energy and Utilities, representatives of the Saudi Fund for Development and other stakeholders met with Premier Brantley, who is the Minister of Public Utilities and Energy in the Nevis Island Administration. The meeting took place at the NIA's Cabinet Room at the Social Security Building.
It is my immense pleasure to be here as we further discussions on the exploration of the tremendous geothermal resource that exists here on the island of Nevis. With us today, we have a visiting team from the Saudi Fund for Development who has given a commitment to partner with us as we explore our geothermal potential. This is a significant move, and it follows some initial meetings from last year where our Prime Minister and members from the Nevis Island Administration met on the sidelines of the CARICOM summit in Saudi Arabia, and also some meetings I had as Minister of Energy with the Saudi Fund for Development in December of last year in Dubai at COP28. This was followed, of course, by some virtual meetings with our guests, and they are now here on the ground to do their own analysis of the project to see the pathway of partnership.
The visit forms part of the assessment of the project by the Saudi Fund for Development in order to partner with the government for the development of the geothermal resource on Nevis.
Today we are paying a courtesy visit to the Premier's office and also to have a site visit of one or two of the potential sites. I want to thank all the stakeholders who are involved in this, in particular the Nevis Island Administration and the respective ministries, NEVLEC here on Nevis, and the corresponding ministries in St. Kitts, that is the Ministry of Energy, which I have the honor of leading, also Economic Development in the Ministry of Finance and the Attorney General's Office, all of whom have to be involved in this particular process.
On November 20th, 2023, the National Assembly voted unanimously to pursue geothermal as a national resource which must be fully explored. Premier Brantley says this step signals the unity of purpose between the federal government and the NIA to bring this resource to fruition for the benefit of all the Federation's people.
This is a new era of cooperation in relation to renewable energy. The island of Nevis has known for a long time that we had large deposits of geothermal energy, and we have had difficulty in harnessing that resource for the benefit not only of Nevis, but for the wider Federation and even for the sub-region. We are delighted that we have, through the partnership with Saudi Arabia, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the opportunity to explore this very valuable resource. And I want to say to our visiting delegation that this has the potential to transform lives here. It is truly a transformational type of undertaking. Perhaps none other has been or can be as transformational as this, because it means that if we can get it right, St. Kitts and Nevis can become the greenest place on planet Earth. It can become a space where all of our electricity needs are generated through geothermal and through renewable energy.
Tuesday's meeting follows the Saudi Fund for Development's meeting with Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, the Honourable Dr. Terence Drew, and NIA officials on the sidelines of the CARICOM Saudi Arabia Summit in November 2023, follow-up meetings with Minister Maynard in December 2023 at COP28 in Dubai, and virtual meetings held this year. Immediately following the meeting, the delegation visited some of the geothermal sites that have already been identified. The Honourable Troy Liebert says it is a proud moment for Nevis to host a part of the TDC Inter-High Schools Championship for the first time. Organized by St. Kitts and Nevis SKN Athletics, the first 2 days of the meet, March 14th and 15th, will take place at the Kim Collins Stadium in St. Kitts, while the final 2 days, March 16th and 17th, will take place at the Nevis Athletics Stadium.
This is the first year that we are partly hosting the meet on Nevis. Of course, we are no strangers to hosting athletic track meets here on Nevis. We've been hosting meets, all throughout the years. And of course, our inter-primary meet is also a very big meet that we have been successfully hosting for many, many years. Track and field, however, has been growing from stride to stride, has been modernizing, and we continue to modernize.
At a joint preparatory meeting between SKN Athletics and the Nevis Island Administration's Ministry of Education and Sports, Minister Liebert noted that all that is being done is for the benefit of the Federation's young people.
We want to ensure that we have meets of very high standards so that we can push our athletes, we can encourage our athletes so that they can not just participate in the meets here, but they can move forward to participate in regional meets, and then ultimately they can go on the world stage and be international athletes. I think that's the goal for the entire federation. When we go out to participate in track meets out there in the world, we are participating as St. Kitts and Nevis. And so it's important that when we're doing things here, also that we do it as St. Kitts and Nevis, and that the entire federation is a part of what's happening. So this is something that I am certainly happy about, and I'm looking forward to a lot more collaboration.
Minister of Education and Sports, the Honorable Troy Liebert. Still to come, Caribbean urge to protect against Saharan dust. The details right after this break.
Celebrating culture, embracing our history. It's Culturama 50, July 25th to August 6th. It's the Caribbean's greatest summer line. See you there.
Welcome back. Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew and his delegation are set to attend the 46th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of the Caribbean Community, CARICOM, in Guyana, under the chairmanship of His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali. The summit is scheduled to take place from February 25th to 28th, 2024. The delegation includes the Right Honorable Dr. Denzel Douglas, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Thelma Richard, Head of Civil Service, Naima Hazel, Permanent Secretary in the Prime Minister's Office, His Excellency Larry Vaughan, Ambassador to the OECS and CARICOM, Adelcia Connor Furlance, Press Secretary, and Bijan Hazel, Senior Foreign Service Officer. His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali, President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, is the incoming chair of CARICOM, succeeding the Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, Prime Minister of Dominica. The meeting will address issues crucial to the Caribbean region, with a significant focus on territorial threats, crime and violence, climate change, climate financing, regional food and nutrition security, free movement of community nationals, regional security, and the situation in Haiti. Additionally, the agenda will feature discussions on COP28 and the upcoming 4th International Conference on Small Island Developing States. The meeting will also deliberate on global and hemispheric issues, including developments in the Middle East and emerging situations in Argentina, Ecuador, and Guatemala. The Trinidad-based Caribbean Public Health Agency, CARICOM, is urging people to protect themselves against the adverse health effects of Saharan dust plume covering many parts of the Caribbean. In a statement, CARICOM notes that the Barbados-based Caribbean Institute for Meteorology and Hydrology, in a dust bulletin, said it is highly likely that particulate matter levels will be above the 24-hour outdoor air quality guidelines as established by the World Health Organization. CARICOM Executive Director Dr. Joy St. Jean says this could be hazardous, especially to small children, older adults, and people with underlying lung conditions and chronic cardiopulmonary diseases. Dust can also worsen the health symptoms of those who have asthma, allergies, and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD. Due to the poor air quality, CARICOM is encouraging people to protect themselves from Saharan dust, including staying indoors as much as possible, and when outdoors, wear a dust mask. CARICOM is also recommending that people utilize a HEPA filter indoors to purify air in individual rooms, and that those who use medications for pulmonary conditions should carry them at all times and use them as prescribed. At the first sign of difficulty while breathing, seek professional medical advice immediately. For less severe symptoms, standard allergy medications such as antihistamines and steroid nasal sprays may alleviate symptoms. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I'm Fredicia Liburd. Thank you for viewing.